Look, this chapter was, again, it just clocked in around 26 minutes, and that's without the credits. And I really had a lot of fun with this episode, or with this chapter specifically. From the reveal and the story of Grogu's rescue on Coruscant, to Grogu receiving his first bit of Mandalorian, of Beskar armor. I get he has the chainmail, but this isn't chainmail. This is a piece of armor. And the progression of what's going on with Grogu right now, we see him being pushed by Din Djarin to start learning, to start training, to become a true Mandalorian. And I love seeing that. I love seeing them building Grogu into being a real character. You have to believe, the idea behind this is you have to believe that he is a real living creature, being, character that is there. And I absolutely love it. I think it was phenomenal what they did with him this episode in such a short amount of time. With that, I really like what they're doing with Bo-Katan as well. Because Bo-Katan, I think, has been one of those characters who, she had a great story, or an interesting story in Clone Wars and a little bit in Rebels. And the fact that they're taking her and she's lost everything, and now she has to find a way to get it all back. I really like what they're doing with her there. Because at the end of last episode, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't the end, it was the beginning of last episode, she comes out from the waters and she's sitting there contemplating what she just witnessed, seeing a mythosaur. And then she gets with the children of the Watch here. And it was phenomenal that when they get there, they're like, you are now a Mandalorian. You're now one of us. And I think that really did something to her. I think that she's going to bring all the Mandalorians together. I really do. I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to bring the Mandalorians together and fight for Mandalore. This season of The Mandalorian probably should be called Bo-Katan at this point, which I'd be fine with. I think she's a great character, and I would love to see a spin-off show just about her. And that's kind of, I think, what this season is becoming, which, again, I'm okay with. I'm definitely okay with that. And again, seeing, I'm going through the slides here, seeing the armor build that piece of armor for Grogu, and then whenever he has the flashbacks here of being rescued by none other than Jar Jar Binks. For real though, Ahmed Best, who deserves so much more credit, so much more praise than what he's ever gotten for his role as Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars. I tell you what, when he popped up on the screen, my jaw dropped. I was like, that is brilliant. And what's even more brilliant, I think it was Colton who used to joke about this on previous episodes or shows of this. He's joked that, it's Jar Jar that saves Grogu. And in a sense, it was Jar Jar, which I think was fantastic. But, he's called Kenton, what is it? Quentin-Beck? Not Quentin-Beck. I did have it here, but I don't remember where it's at. Kelleran Beck. That's his name, Kelleran Beck. That was just so cool. That was cool. I really enjoyed that. And I thought it was great. Great to have him pop up. And I like how they used the Nubian guards and took the Naboo starfighter. It's brilliant what they've done with this and connected everything. I love it. I hope he pops up again. And I think he will. I think as we learn more about what happened with Grogu, I think he's going to pop up. And it's interesting. Are they going to go to Naboo? And could we see Vader? That'd be very, very interesting. That somehow Grogu gets away from Vader. That'd be really interesting to see that play out. We had the other story, going on, not the backstory, but of Bo-Katan trying to help rescue the child, the one Mandalorian child that was taken by a dragon bird thing. And again, I really like what they're doing with Bo-Katan because I feel like they're building her story up and really solidifying her place as a Mandalorian in this group of people and showcasing that she's been accepted by this group of Mandalorians. Then after the rescue, obviously during the rescue, she lost a piece of her shoulder armor. And after the rescue, she ends up getting a new piece with asking to have the mythosaur crest put on it. And it's interesting because she goes, I've seen the mythosaur. And the armor is like, well, it's a great vision to have. And she's like, no, it's not a vision. I saw a real one. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because I think the mythosaur is going to play a huge part in Bo-Katan regaining leadership over all of Mandalore. The only question I have, though, because we know how Bo-Katan is she just doing this? Is she going to use the Watch? Is she going to utilize them for her own benefit? Or is she going to actually embrace them and live amongst them and continue living with them? That's going to be the interesting thing. It looks like my fiance and my daughter are watching. Remy's my daughter, and I guess she saw the picture of Baby Yoda. She loves Grogu. She is a huge fan of Grogu, and she must have saw the picture of Baby Yoda. But let me know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on this episode, Chapter 20 of The Mandalorian. Again, I think it's great. I think this season has been phenomenal so far. The fact that people aren't liking it just baffles me. I don't know what you want at this point. Again, we know that season 2 was supposed to be the end of Din Djarin and Grogu's story, but because of how great it was, how big, and how much people loved it, they had to find a way to continue the story. And it does feel a little disjointed, but I think when you get down to it and you detach yourself from Din Djarin and Grogu, you start to see that this season, to this point, is a story of Bo-Katan. And that's really what's going on right now, and I love to see it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below.